Well, you could have turned up yesterday. But then I expect you to take your weekends off.
These young girls. I swear there's nothing between their ears. You wouldn't remember his name.
Olivia Colman was murdered here before anyone outside the industry knew her name. And the woman who played Barnaby's wife was quietly discovering Orlando Bloom at drama school at exactly the same time. After 3 videos, Midsomer Murders still has secrets that will surprise even the most devoted fan. Fact 1. Olivia Colman was murdered here.
All right if I join you, Bernice? What's the name of the pub?
It's the Four Bells. Mr. Bones used to be the landlord. I liked him.
Mr. Bones.
Before the BAFTA, before the Oscar, before the Crown, Olivia Colman was killed in Midsomer. She appeared in the 2009 episode Small Mercies as Bernice, a suspect who turns out to be rather more than she seems. At the time, she was not yet a household name. The casting department had, without particularly realising it, spotted one of the finest screen actors of her generation. John Nettles later said he was not in the least surprised that she had gone on to become a great lady of English acting. He recognised it immediately on set. That quality of complete absorption in the character, of being entirely present without visible effort. The 25th anniversary documentary noted that by the time it was made, Colman had received 95 awards and nominations. 92 of those came after her appearance in Midsomer. Someone in the casting department had made an excellent decision. Colman is far from alone. The documentary specifically highlighted early career appearances by Orlando Bloom, Henry Cavill, and Colman as the 3 most striking examples of the show's record of identifying talent before the rest of the industry caught up. Midsomer County has the highest murder rate of any fictional English village in television history. It also has an extraordinary record of killing people who later become very famous indeed.
The police have found a body here in the village.
A body?
Oh, Edward, that's terrible. We heard a police car.
Fact 2. Jane Wymark discovered Orlando Bloom.
So you're going to be a judge. What's the first prize?
That was the first prize, Tom. It means a week away from home.
Orlando Bloom's appearance in Midsomer is well documented. He played a thief and gigolo in the 1999 episode Judgment Day, died by pitchfork, and went on to become Legolas in The Lord of the Rings. What is less known is how he was cast. Jane Wymark, who played Joyce Barnaby for the show's entire original run, was doing mentoring work at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. One of her mentees was a young Orlando Bloom. She saw something in him, thought he might be right for the show, and put his name forward to the casting director. By the time the episode filmed in July and August of 1999, Bloom had already been cast in The Fellowship of the Ring, which began shooting in October of the same year. The woman who played the patient, long-suffering wife of Midsomer's chief detective was simultaneously nurturing the career of a future global film star. Joyce Barnaby's most significant contribution to British cinema may not have been on screen at all. Wymark herself had a distinguished career beyond Midsomer, most notably as Morwenna Chinnerwath Whitworth in the original 1970s Poldark. The show, built around her husband's working life, contained one of the most quietly significant talent spotters in British television.
Why? Where are you going?
I've got business.
There's someone else, isn't there?
Fact 3. John Nettles played 2 detectives.
I was going on to say that Joyce and I were going on a long holiday, but that holiday will be indefinite.
John Nettles is in the unusual position of having played 2 of British television's most famous detectives. Before Tom Barnaby, he spent a decade as Detective Sergeant Jim Bergerac in the BBC thriller of the same name, a Jersey-set crime series that ran from 1981 to 1991 and made him a household name long before Midsomer existed. He starred in all 87 episodes of Bergerac, then took the lead role in Midsomer Murders in 1997, appearing in 81 episodes over 14 years. The combined total is 168 episodes as lead detective across 2 major British drama series. The transition required Nettles to play 2 completely different men. Bergerac was damaged, Romantic, prone to personal chaos, Barnaby was steady, domestic, rooted in the comfortable world of a family home. Nettles brought equal conviction to both. By the time he left Midsomer in 2011, he was approaching 70. He cited his inability to run as one practical reason for leaving. The physical demands of location filming had become harder to sustain. His second reason was more philosophical. He had run out of new reactions to dead bodies. The actor who ran out of reactions to dead bodies had been finding fresh ones for 30 years across 2 different shows. That is not a complaint. It is the testament of a career spent at the top of a very specific professional niche.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, that, Detective Sergeant, means that I am not coming back. I am retiring.
Fact 4. The cast ate 212,000 breakfasts.
You look puzzled, Guy.
No, I'm just wondering what it is.
The production statistics of Midsomer Murders, accumulated across decades of filming, are extraordinary in ways the viewing experience never makes visible. Cast and crew had eaten approximately 212,073 breakfasts and lunches across the first 80 episodes alone. Each episode takes 5 weeks to film, 35 days with a full cast and crew on site, in locations that sometimes change multiple times within a single day. The logistics of sustaining this continuously across more than 25 series are considerable. The production also developed its own solution to a problem viewers never notice. In cold winter months, filming outdoor dialogue creates an involuntary visual problem. Actors' breath is visible in the cold air, breaking the illusion of any season other than winter. The cast learned to suck an ice cube immediately, before any dialogue in cold weather, cooling the mouth to the point where the breath becomes invisible on camera. Every winter exterior scene in Midsomer, where the characters speak without visible breath, involved an actor who had just been sucking ice. The warm domestic world of Midsomer is, in its outdoor winter sequences, sustained by a small piece of frozen water. The craft of television production is largely the craft of invisibility, and most of what makes a show work is what you never see.
All right, let's see if this will stay up this time, unlike last year. You check the mince pies, and I want to get the brandy butter done in plenty of time.
Fact 5. Causton is really Tem.
Can I help you?
Detective Chief Inspector Barnaby, this is Detective Sergeant Nelson.
You hear about Eric?
We need to ask a few questions.
The fictional town of Causton, home to the police station and the Barnaby family, has a real-world equivalent that most viewers never recognise. Causton is, in almost all its outdoor sequences, the Oxfordshire town of Tem. Tham's Town Hall has appeared repeatedly as Causton Town Hall. The market square has stood in for Causton Centre across dozens of episodes. A Midsomer guided tour operates out of Tem, in which a guide explains at each stop that what visitors are looking at is not actually what it appears to be on screen. The village names of Midsomer have a real-world anchor too. Midsomer Wellow and Causton are derived from the names of actual Somerset villages, Wellow and Causton, which the production combined and reinvented into fictional English geography. The show has been creating a detailed fictional county for nearly 30 years, built from real places that are systematically renamed and repositioned. The county that viewers navigate mentally, episode by episode, corresponds to no actual geography, but feels more real than many places that actually exist. If you're enjoying this, it would mean a lot if you subscribed. It helps us keep making videos like this one. Just hit that button and you'll never miss a new one.
The smoke forms a blanket, stops the frost from settling on the blossom. If the blossom gets damaged, the trees don't produce apples.
Fact 6. Peter Davison returned 50 years later.
Big match tomorrow. The match. Climax of the season. Gone right to the wire.
Series 25, broadcast in 2025, contained one guest appearance with particular resonance. Peter Davison, who played Tristan Farnan in All Creatures Great and Small and the Fifth Doctor in Doctor Who, appeared in the episode Lawn of the Dead as Archie Pollock, caught up in a murder at a lawn bowling club. Davison had been a central figure in British television for nearly 50 years by the time he appeared in Midsomer. His casting is a small example of what the show has always done, rotating familiar faces from British television history through its guest roster. The lawn bowling club setting is itself quintessentially Midsomer, a suburban leisure activity transformed into the backdrop for violence, the gentle and the murderous colliding in the way the show has always managed. Davison's appearance in Series 25 means a single actor connects all creatures, great and small, Doctor Who and Midsomer Murders, across 5 decades of British television. The show that began in 1997 is old enough to be casting people whose careers stretch back to before it existed.
Balls all you like, Albert. We all know you're a marbles man underneath.
Right, you mate. Sure these amateurs how it's done. My pleasure.
Fact 7. The show beat the competition.
They're going to be all over the village tomorrow, 200 of them. And they're going up in Midsomer Worthy and Badger's Drift too.
Are you sure it's appropriate?
Midsomer Murders has never dropped below 6 million viewers for any series in its entire run, a flaw that held through Nettles' departure, through cast changes, and through more than 2 decades of competition from an expanding television landscape. In 2004, it was among the 3 most sold British television programmes worldwide, in terms of both broadcast rights and DVD sales. In a market dominated by soap operas and reality formats, a 2-hour literary detective drama was outperforming virtually everything else British television produced in international commercial reach. The Radio Times poll of 2018, in which readers voted Midsomer Murders the greatest British crime drama of all time, placed it above Prime Suspect, Inspector Morse, Cracker, and every other crime series the country had produced. The readership of Radio Times skews older, towards the audience that has watched the most British television over the longest period. These are not casual viewers delivering a casual verdict. A show that most British broadcasters considered a solid Sunday evening fixture turned out to be, by every commercial and critical measure, one of the most successful drama exports in television history. The gap between how the industry regarded it and what it actually achieved is one of the more striking examples of institutional misjudgment in the medium's history.
Mr. Cavendish, I'm Detective Chief Inspector Barnaby from Causton CID, and I'm afraid I have some rather bad news.
Fact 8. The Barnaby twins caused chaos on set.
Come on, Betty. And Pink Ted.
Morning, Charlie.
Morning.
When John and Sarah Barnaby had twin daughters in the later series, the production faced a challenge no amount of scripting experience could prepare for. Infant twins cannot be directed. Neil Dudgeon, in the 25th anniversary documentary, named the Barnaby babies alongside Sykes the dog as the 2 most reliably unpredictable elements of any filming day. Neither can be persuaded, bribed, or reasoned into hitting their marks. The twins were rotated with legal restrictions on infant working hours, meaning continuity between scenes was achieved across multiple filming days with different babies who were approximately the same age and appearance. The practical management of scenes involving both infants and Sykes, the dog, simultaneously was, by cast accounts, an experience that regularly extended filming schedules by amounts the production had learned to simply accept. The show that depicts domestic life with such apparent warmth required its cast to perform that warmth opposite animals and babies who were constitutionally indifferent to the production's requirements. The ease is entirely constructed. Fact 9. Richard Briers shocked the village.
I see you've drafted in some help here.
What? Oh, yeah.
Among the thousands of actors who have appeared in Midsomer, a small number of guest appearances stand out for the specific shock they delivered. Richard Briers, best known for The Good Life, is the most discussed example. Briers appeared as a murder victim and was killed on screen in a manner that cast members still recall vividly. The 25th anniversary documentary addressed his appearance directly, with John Nettles describing it as all the more shocking because it was Richard Briers, because you did not expect it. The casting of beloved actors in victim roles is a deliberate strategy. Using the audience's existing affection for a performer intensifies the impact of their death. It is more disturbing to watch someone you like die than someone you don't know. Briers brought to his Midsomer appearance the same fundamental likability that defined his entire career, a warmth that made the audience immediately care about the character. The show used that and then took it away. Every time a familiar face appears in the opening minutes, viewers with experience of the show know that the odds of survival are not good. The casting department has turned familiarity into dread.
I was praying for him only last night.
So you knew about his illness then, sir?
Well, yes. That sort of thing is hard to keep quiet about for very long in a village like this.
Fact 10. Nettles couldn't run anymore.
Calm down, calm down.
Can't you keep him under control?
It's not a dog, Mr. Gamelin.
No, dogs you can train.
Try.
John Nettles' departure from Midsomer is well documented. What he said about his reasons for leaving captures something true about what long-running television does to the people who make it. He was approaching 70. He had been playing Tom Barnaby for 14 years and 81 episodes. He said publicly that he could no longer run. The physical demands of location filming across Buckinghamshire farmland and village streets had become harder to sustain. His second reason was more precisely observed. He told interviewers he had run out of new reactions to dead bodies. After 81 episodes, each requiring the lead detective to respond to a murder scene with fresh professional engagement, he had exhausted his repertoire of genuine reactions. It is a remarkably honest admission. The inability to run is a physical limitation any viewer understands. The inability to find a new way to respond to a corpse is a more intimate artistic admission. The moment the demands of the role outran what the actor could authentically provide. Tom Barnaby drove a red Jaguar, drank real ale, loved cricket, and investigated 81 murders across 14 years in a county that cannot possibly exist. And eventually, the actor who played him ran out of ways to be surprised by death, which in Midsomer is the one thing that never stops arriving.